Welcome back to the latest episode of the Key and Mang audio experience. I'm your host, Mang. As always, you're my fellow co-host, Key. Key, what's good?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good. And as we're recording this, for those who celebrate Easter, happy Easter. Um, it's a great time of the year with sports and March Madness, and that's part of the focus of today's convo. But we have a big matchup on the women's side, LSU versus Iowa and USC versus UConn. So, Key, who you rolling with for both of those games?
I'm going with LSU for the LSU versus Iowa matchup. And then USC versus UConn. I'm going for USC. I maybe should be going for Connecticut, but I'm really over UConn women's basketball. Like I think they had their time and I like to see the other teams kind of them, honestly. I do like Paige, but I'm gonna go with USC.
I'm rolling with LSU as well. I'm rolling with UConn, but I think it's because, both teams have star power, but when you look at the whole team's front to from beginning to end, I think LSU's deeper and I think UConn's deeper. So I don't think it's USC's time yet, and I think Iowa is going to struggle with the depth of LSU.
I agree. UConn doesn't really have as much depth as they should because of injuries.
Yeah, but I feel like
They don't have
USC,
a lot of manpower right now.
yeah, but I feel like USC don't really have that much from what I've seen so far. Like
Yeah, I'm just going for Juju, young Juju.
Juju's great, great.
Yeah. But yesterday I was posting everything about LSU because LSU was winning and they always get so much backlash. And while I was posting, one of my friends texted me and was saying that nobody hates LSU because they get publicity. It's just that sports fans don't like skilled players getting the hype, aka Angel Reese. And
Skilled
I
player,
understand that, huh?
low skilled players.
Low skilled players, plural players, getting the hype, aka Angel Reese, right? I understand that Angel Reese may not be the best college player ever. Like obviously, Caitlin Clark is a lot more skilled than Angel Reese. We know that. But for people to say that she has no skill is crazy because if you actually look at her stats, she's averaging 18 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists, and shooting 47%, right? So that's not easy to do at a college level, especially the way women's basketball is right now, right? So I think it's less about the skill that's being portrayed on the court. I think it's more so people liking the way LSU acts. They think that they're arrogant, loud, they're black. Like a lot of people don't like that. It's really not something that people want to see on national TV. And when I say people, I think it's mainly white people. And I also think people are like showing their true colors when these games come on just based on the things that they say. And if even if you look in the comments, a lot of the narratives that are being put out about LSU, even South Carolina, it's all stemming from them being thugs, them being unladylike and talking junk. I think that's more of the issue that people have, and it doesn't really even come down to the skill level.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I think if you look at Angel Reese's game and how she plays, um, she is really, I think she's skilled around the rim, but sometimes you'll look at it's kind of not it's not a pretty game to look at, if you know what I mean. Like she does all the little stuff, all the like the dirty grunt big like work as a big. It's not sexy to the eye, like you might say, like a Caitlin Clark or a Paige or a Juju. Like she does the nitty gritty stuff, and that's it's a testament to the 19 and 13 that she averages because she does a lot of work. But I also think I was explaining this to my wife. She doesn't know. She's not too familiar with the college sports, but I was like, they were posting like TikToks of the whole team after the win yesterday, and I was like, yo, people don't really like this team because they do stuff like this and they are loud and they're confident. And I think it comes from that you're not used to seeing black athletes, black women athletes at that height, this height of popularity. And I think that turns people off. It's not something that you're used to seeing. But I tell her, like, if I had a kid and I had a daughter and she was good at what she does, I would want her to stand on what she if she knows she good and this is how she is, I want you to stand on that. At the end of the day, you're not gonna win everything. You're not gonna win all the time. But if you win and you talk, let it be because, someone's talking crazy to you and you just backing it up. And I think that's a lot of the case. That's what happens. She only started talking when people started doing stuff to her. And a lot of the attention has been brought to her. So they'd be doing the "you can't see me," or like yesterday, she was telling the coach to shut your mouth. Like, but we were talking to her when she got fouled out off the bench. So, it's always, you never see the other side of the story. So I think Angel being herself. And if they lose, then she got to come with the same energy, but also not be so ignorant to be like, I'm just gonna continue going crazy. Like if they lose tomorrow and she's talking crazy, but they're losing, she's still being herself, but it ain't great. You know what I mean? It's not a good look. But I think they get a lot of hate because of the flamboyancy, the swag that they got, and you ain't really supposed to be doing that when you're at the top level. So I get I don't understand it, but I also see why it's foreign. It's not something that you're used to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't think that people realize that a lot it's deeper than just it's deeper than just basketball. I think now with all the NIL deals and stuff, like people like there's gonna be more attention on these star players anyways, right? And then for women's basketball, it's just becoming a lot more popular. And I think Angel Reese's goal, and actually she said this, she was like that her goal is to bring more attention to women's basketball and for it to be more respected. I don't think she really has a goal of being like the best basketball player ever. I think her mission is a little deeper than just basketball, which I respect personally. I think she's going to be great for women's basketball because she's going to say things that not a lot of players have the courage to get up there and say and take the heat for. And I think that's good. Like that's good even going into the WNBA. So I think that is probably what makes her more valuable than the actual skills that she has is her personality and like her authenticity.
And you want people to feel comfortable to be able to stick up for themselves, stick up for their teammates, say the things that are uncomfortable because that's where the change happens, having those uncomfortable conversations as the first step. And I think, you talked about NIL and think about some of if she wasn't the way that she is, she would not have some of the NIL deals that she has. And if you're thinking about trying to secure yourself for after college and the life after basketball, she's already well on her way to setting herself up and then being able to help the people coming up after her to help them get deals like this. If she wasn't like this, then it closes opportunities for other people to see what kind of value, what kind of impact women's college athletics can have. And now we're starting to shine light on the importance of being able to highlight the women's game as well as much as or even more as we highlight the men's game. So if she wasn't like this, then we wouldn't know about her. And I think also the fact that you got LSU in the South. You got Paige and UConn up in the Northeast. You got Juju out west in LA. You got Iowa in the Midwest with Caitlin Clark. Like women's college basketball is spread across the country. So I think it's just bringing more eyes to the viewership. And I think Monday night is going to be, or Monday in general is going to be crazy in terms of viewership. And I think that just brings more opportunities, more eyes to these players to help them get the value or deals that they should be getting because when they get to WNBA, their max contract's like 200K. And like, what I mean? Like there's not a lot of revenue coming to the WNBA. So I think these college athletes should be able to highlight their skills and take advantage of being compensated millions of dollars in college before going to the WNBA. And hopefully by the time they get their revenue shares go up, viewership goes up. So that brings in more money. But I think, we should be celebrating all these players and embracing their personalities. And you don't have to agree with what they're saying or what they're doing, but at least not judge them based on how they're acting without having the whole context because you're likely missing something.
Yeah, and I think that kind of sums up what's been going on because like you said, women's basketball is growing, and I think with that comes with new eyes that aren't really familiar to basketball or how women's basketball is even played. So when they see it and this is their first encounter, they think like they're gonna have negative things to say. So I think that just comes with the growth. So I'm gonna take it as a win, as a positive thing.
Yeah, it's an exciting time
So
for college
I'm
sport.
excited. Yeah, yeah, I'm excited. So that's all. I'm definitely an Angel Reese fan, just based on her personality. So I'm always root for LSU unless they play against South Carolina.
Yeah, coming from a person from Connecticut. You a
In
UConn fan.
Connecticut. Yeah, I'm tired. Like
UConn
when
hate.
UConn was winning all those games and blow. I'm not a UConn hater. I'm just saying, like when UConn was winning all of those games, blowing people out, like that was not a like you could not catch me watching that. Like I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch a blow up at all. Like that's not intriguing at all. And I think it's huh?
Continue.
Oh, I think that just seeing that, I'm just like, I just want to see other people win.
Yeah,
So
but it's a testament to how the game has changed now in the women's
that's
landscape.
what I'm saying.
As
So like now,
all of them were on Brianna Stewart. Everybody, the countless UConn, Maya Moore, all on one team. Like it's crazy how it's all spread out, which is makes it fun. You have
great.
regions, you have different players leading their own teams, and you're like, oh, okay. And they have to stay for 3, 4 years. They're not one and done or in a transfer portal every year. So
Mhm.
I think it makes it easier to rock with the women's game because you know the players and they're gonna stay for a while, which I still think is crazy. But I do see now that they're making more money, it's like, all right, I might as well stay 6 years if I can and get this NIL back before going to go play in Russia. Like, you know what I mean?
But don't they keep? I think they keep their NIL deals. They just turn into like endorsements now.
Yeah, I don't know how the back end stuff. I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah,
But
I think they keep their deals. But if they don't, I would stay. I will redshirt. I'll milk it out my time. But
hmm
yeah, I like to see competitive basketball, and UConn is cool. But personally, if I was that good to play D1, I'm not going to UConn. I'm trying to beat UConn. So that's what I want to see. So I like that it's more competitive and it's more spread out now. But with that being said, I don't really want to see UConn win women's win in the next couple of years. Like just give it a break and then we'll come back to it.
Oh, that's funny.
That's my unpopular Connecticut opinion. So
Okay, you'll be one of the few who has that opinion. I think the rest of Connecticut will be like, go UConn.
yeah, I agree. But it is what it is. All
All right,
right, let us know who you got winning tonight, well tomorrow, and then we'll catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.
peace.